I put my hair up in a bun because, this is the second video, but I am doing these back to back. Maybe I'll do a different shirt for the next two videos, but I really want this message to be heard loud because it is one of the most important messages you're going to receive. Okay? Clear the muck to get the clarity you desire. What does that mean? So that means that in the space you're in right now, your physical space, what can you get rid of to bring you more clarity, to give you more time? For example, what books can you get rid of? Because I'm looking at my bookshelf right now in my office and I'm like, I've gotten rid of probably 40 books in the last few months. And still I look up there and I'm like, it just doesn't feel good. Like I need more simple. And I know that when I feel like things are clean and I have a simple workspace, the muck within my brain is then cleared. So physically, what can you clear so you can have more clarity? So you can live that life that you desire. You can activate the gifts that you so desperately want to access. So physically, clear the muck. I want you to write this down. Clear the muck in your physical space. This means, like I said, selling or donating books. We all have too many books. So make a decision, maybe two piles, sell and donate. And then keep the ones that you love and you can't live without. The second piece to clearing your physical space is what clothes can you get rid of? I like having a very clear idea of choices of what I'm going to wear. So I have I still have too many clothes, but my closet, everything is hung up. In the drawers, everything is perfectly folded. And I know exactly what I want to wear on days that I'm doing videos. I want to wear more of a feminine, sweet little girl top versus just like my normal tank top that I would teach bar in. So that second piece is for you to clear out the closet, clear out the drawers, clear out any part of your room, your office, kitchen that is making you just if you can look at a space and you think how much you hate that space and you're like, oh, when I have more time, I'm just going to clear out that space because it just doesn't feel good. Go to that space today after this video and start cleaning it up. That's going to be your number one tip, is going to be to clear out your physical space so you can make more room for your mental clarity. So we have books, we have clothes. If there are too many pillows on the couch, if there are too many pillows on the bed, and taking them off and putting them back on, making the bed, and then fluffing up the couch, if that's taking too much of your precious time to take care of, then get rid of it. You do not need permission from me, but sometimes you need permission from someone. So give yourself that permission to start just cleaning, cleansing, clear it out. Now, this is the bigger piece. This is the fourth piece of what you should be clearing out. And write this stuff down so you don't forget, and then go do it after the video. So that's it. We learn, we hear, we go do, and then people in our lives start to do the same things, or they notice that we're more clear, that we're with it, and they go, what are you doing? How do you have so much energy? All that stuff. It's doing things like these. It's not like doing some crazy thing where you have to go to Zimbabwe and have an awakening from a shaman. These are the things that you can do now that just require a little bit of time, and they feel so much better, I'm telling you. So this fourth thing is to go into your bathroom and throw away lotions that you are not using. Throw away shampoo, soap, razors, old toothbrushes, whatever you need to throw away so you can feel lighter in that space. I go through I hate getting lotion from people because I don't wear lotion. If I'm gonna put anything on, it's usually coconut oil or this Pakaki lotion I get and plumeria I get from Hawaii. That's about it. Yeah, I'm trying to think, but I think that's it. So if there are too many things, you just got to start throwing them away. And I know it can be hard because you have these emotional attachments to things, but I'm an empath, but I also know how to separate my feelings so they don't like, I'm only a coach and I'm only a successful coach because I know how to disconnect and I know how to separate like my stuff from someone else's stuff, and I can empathize and I can be with them, but I don't have to feel it. And that is why I'm able to coach more people every day. So those are the 4 things. If there's shoes you need to get rid of, like just go give yourself this overhaul. And if that sounds like fucking a disaster to you, then hire someone. Hire a professional organizer, pay like a sibling or a kid or whoever like $150 to clean one area of your home. And then if you love what they do, then pay them another $150. Usually people who organize or are good at it like to do it. $150 to them is like, woo, a prize when they already love what they're doing. So these are just ideas to get the ball rolling, but I just want you to take action. That is the main message today, to clear the muck, to get the clarity that you desire. So besides the physical clearing of the muck, we got to talk about how to get the things that you think about down on paper. So take a breath. If you haven't gotten your notebook out yet, I suggest getting it out now. If you need to write it, then just listen and don't watch. So, how do we start clearing the muck out of our brain to move forward? You have to make peace with your past. That's going to be your biggest mission, is making peace with your past. How do we do that? There's a few different ways. A lot of people who experience very painful, traumatic childhoods often write. It is a release to write. What do they write? They turn into New York Times bestsellers. They write their friends. I have some clients from traumatic childhoods that write poems, and they just want to send it to someone, so they send it to me, and they're always just the most beautiful writers. You just have to get out these feelings in your brain so you can bring attention and awareness to them, and then you don't have to think about them over and over again. It's not like this roller coaster of emotions anymore, because you get to experience freedom when they're out on paper or they're in an email, and not hateful, angry emails to anyone, but maybe it's you writing an email to yourself, pretending it's to that person that hurt you, and then just getting it out and then discarding that email. Or if you're feeling gutsy or courageous, sending it. I mean, like, this is totally on you. This is up to you. This is where your intuition starts to take over and where you start to access like who you're going to be that day. So you decide how you're going to clear that muck to get the clarity you desire from those thoughts that aren't serving your higher purpose. The next thing you can do besides writing it down is going to be to exercise. You got to start flowing. You got to get the energy flowing. So people that experience a lot of depression and anxiety, they sit more, they lay more. They're just kind of like they would rather be in bed. And I get that. Like, I've had adrenal hypofunction, which is a step above adrenal fatigue. And I've spent 3 or 4 days in bed from depression. When I first moved from Seattle to Gig Harbor, that's exactly what I did. I just laid in bed for 3 or 4 days. I was so sad. I left my friends. I left a yoga studio that I loved. I left a bar studio I loved. I left all these restaurants, and I moved to this small city, and I was just so depressed. I get that. But the moment I started moving, just a simple walk around the neighborhood, I started feeling better. And I started feeling better, and I was like, hey, maybe I'll see if they have a yoga studio here. So I went to a yoga studio and I took a class, and it was restorative, and then it was yin, and I started feeling better. And then I started getting some of my strength back. And so I started experimenting with bar classes and yoga classes in the area, and I started to feel so much better because I was moving this energy that wanted to stay still. It was telling me, lay in bed, rest, don't move. just keep me where I am. But when I was like, I need to be stronger up here than in, or I guess stronger body than this, and just start moving, that's when things started shifting for me. So those are two things you can do to start clearing the muck to get the clarity you desire. Okay?